Good morning, Northern New Mexico. You're listening to Live at Northern, your community radio show from Northern New Mexico College. I'm your host, Stephanie Montoya. And whether you're just tuning in or are a returning listener, we just wanted to let our listeners know our program is on every alternating Wednesday from 9:05 to 9:50 a.m. This is our time to share what's new at Northern, celebrate our students, faculty, and staff, and help the community get to know your local college. I hope everyone had a great couple of weeks since our last show. It's hard to believe that February is almost over, but we do get an extra day this Saturday, leap day, because this is a leap year, if you didn't know. And it's nice to see the days getting a little longer, fewer hours of darkness at the end of the day, even though it's very cold this morning. And as it turns out, daylight savings time is a little less than 2 weeks away. So we will be springing forward on March 8th. Time sure does fly. And speaking of flying, we are happy to share that the Lady Eagles flew to victory during the last game of the season, defeating Cotty College 80-50 in Friday's game and 60-52 in Saturday's game. Both Eagles basketball teams finished the season with winning streaks. Both teams have a little bit of a break as they prepare for midterms and spring break, but will soon be back at it, drilling for next season. A big thank you to all of Northern's loyal fans who turned out to support our student athletes over the course of the season. And thank you also to our sponsors, including Coca-Cola of Santa Fe, Zia Credit Union, Century Bank, Barcy Metal Roofing, Sandbros Corp, El Paragua and El Parasol, R&M Construction, Flavio's Paving, Sonic, Love and Oven, Stop and Eat, Richard and Diana Bailey, OK Hotel and Casino, Blue Sky Builders Incorporated, and La Cocina Restaurant. Definitely a big list of supporters there, but we're always looking for more, so we would definitely appreciate the support and a big amount of love and appreciation, of course, for our Northern athletes, men and ladies teams, and our very dedicated athletic staff, including Coach Ryan Cordova, Coach Billy Keys, Coach Mario Catano, and Coach Jocelyn Lackey. We look forward to seeing what next season holds. Well, we have a full show for you today featuring some great, inspiring stories from our students. Stay tuned to hear the story of a dynamic mother and daughter duo who are working together to achieve their dream of a college education. We will also talk about dual credit at Northern and introduce you to Northern's Student Life Ambassadors, plus more news, events, and giveaways. But first, RoboRave Science Showdown is coming to Northern. Next week, joining me to share event details is Janelle Vigil Maestas from Lannel's Community Partnerships Office. Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
So I'm really glad that you were able to join me this morning. Can you give us some details about RoboRave?
Definitely. It's coming up again. We try to plan this on the first Saturday of March of every year. So March 7th is coming upon us, and we will be hosting again with Northern, the Northern New Mexico Science Showdown and the RoboRave Rally. So what that is, it's an event that includes a robotics competition, as well as several education partners, such as the Pajarito Environmental Education Center. We have Explora coming down from Albuquerque to host a variety of hands-on activities. We also have the New Mexico Wildlife Center. Twirl will be coming from Taos. Again, a lot of hands-on activities. We also have several of our laboratory employees, some of our scientists that will also be bringing some hands-on activities. And those include things such as robots made out of toothbrushes. So that should be fun to see.
Wow, I didn't know you could make robots out of toothbrushes. Do they brush your teeth, or do they just happen to use toothbrushes?
They just are using toothbrushes.
Okay. No, I mean, that would be kind of neat to wake up in the morning and have a do it for you. But, maybe that's another invention that students can do. So if someone's interested in signing up or participating, how do they get in touch with you?
Actually, they can just show up. It starts at 9 a.m. and goes on till 3 p.m. So you can come and see robots of all different sizes. There's different competitions going on. We also have the New Mexico State Police that will be bringing their robots. So the intent here is definitely to introduce students to STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, and just to have a fun day.
Well, that definitely sounds really exciting. And I know there are so many different uses for robots, from, like diffusing explosives for, state police. And I know that during our community day, they actually did bring those down and show students what they do with those, but just been bunch of other applications. And so is there anything else that you'd like to share with our listeners about the event?
Well, again, it's a free event, and we're hoping that the community can show up. We'll have Northern will have the concession available. We'll have lots of things going on. It should be a fun and busy day, and it's an event that is not just for younger kids; it's for the entire family.
So March 7th, that's a Sunday?
Saturday.
A Saturday. Okay, Saturday, March 7th at Northern New Mexico College. And the times again?
9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And so please come out. We have more details on our Facebook page. The RoboRave event is actually listed as an event on our Facebook page. You can also look that up on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me, Janelle Vigil Maestas with the Llano Community Partnerships Office. We look forward to seeing what RoboRave has in store.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, when it comes to staying focused, putting in hours of studying, or balancing school and life, getting through college is easier when you have a support system. This is advice that a couple of Northern students know well. Joining me this morning are Nancy Archuleta and Desiree Sanchez. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm really glad to have you both on the show today because I think it is so great that you are both pursuing your education together. For our listeners, can you please introduce yourselves and share what you are studying and where you're from?
Well, my name is Nancy Archuleta. I am studying in early childhood, and I'm from Medinales, New Mexico. And yeah, I'm here with my daughter.
I'm Desiree Sanchez. I'm studying psychology, and I too am from Medinales, New Mexico.
So I understand that you two are mother and daughter, correct?
Yes.
And I know you both started in the high school equivalency program last year. Can you take us back to the start of your journey at Northern then and what that was like for you?
Well, I had went to go sign her up for the HEP program to get her GED, and I had been wanting to go to school for a long time. I had wanted to go back to school after 23 years. So when I took her, I was like, well, I would like to come back to school. And she's all, well, come on, Mom, do it. She's all, let's do it together. So I decided to sign up, and we both got our high school equivalency education together.
So that was in the fall that you got your high school equivalency credential through the HEP program, which is the high school equivalency program at Northern for you listeners who don't know. And that's one of two adult education programs that we actually have at Northern, the other one being just the adult ed program. But Desiree, I wanted to also just ask you what that experience was like.
It was an awesome experience. The staff, everybody was amazing. They treated you like family. It was kind of nerve-wracking at first being out of school for so long, but once I got in there, it was good.
And I know that is not an easy test to pass. Is that the HiSET, or which test was it that you had to pass?
The HiSET.
Okay, so yeah, you have to know all the math, all the English, the science, whatever it is that you need to study, and then getting that credential. But I just think that's so awesome that you weren't originally intending to do this, but then you just decided, why not? And it's really time. It's never too late. It's never too late. Time was of the essence, and you just went for it. But you both took the classes, you got your high school equivalency, and then you decided to enroll in college. So what inspired both of you to take that next step?
Probably my mom. I always told her how much I've always wanted to go to college, and I never really got the chance to finish school because I dropped out due to having really bad social anxiety and depression. But, she's always been there for me every single step of the way, and I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
I mean, that's just such a heartwarming, dynamic to see you two supporting each other. And, I know high school is challenging for everyone, but then knowing that you can come back and, do it. And I think in some ways the higher high school equivalency program is a little bit more challenging than, regular high school. But then you took that next step and decided to enroll, and this is your first semester in college, correct? So how is that going?
It's going good. We're passing all our classes. So far we have straight A's, and we're keeping up with our studies and our work. And what's neat is that our schedules are different. So while she's in class, I'm studying and doing my homework, and when I'm in class, she's doing the same thing. So we have an awesome support system at the college and at home.
So speaking of the support system, what are some of the resources that you take advantage of, or things that have helped you to succeed in your classes this semester?
We actually have to thank the camp program, because they have learning tables that you have to do every so often, and it definitely comes in handy. It keeps you on top of your work, and it keeps you sharp.
Oh, that's right. So you're both participants in the CAMP program, the College Access Migrant Program, which is a really great cohort program at Northern that helps a group of about 30 to 35 students get ready for their second year of college and get through their first year of college. I know that you probably have met with some of the mentors and taken part in the tutoring, but there's also similar resources for non-camp students. But what was that transition like, just from going from the HAP program to the camp program?
It was different.
It was a big difference, because in the HEP program, you just have 5 weeks to do it's a 5-week program, and you have 5 weeks to do all of the subjects. And with camp, with camp in college, it's totally different, because you're going to classes every day. You have your homework due on certain days. It's tough, but we're doing it.
So you guys live in the same house too, and just kind of, trade off studying, going to class, taking care of, household stuff, and just kind of college roommates then, I guess, too. Yeah, and just being able to support each other. What are some of the key ways that you feel that you benefit from doing this together and at the same time?
Well, we have a couple of classes together, so if I don't understand something, she'll explain it to me, and it's vice versa. And it's just awesome doing this with her. It's a neat experience, and it's never too late to go back to school. Never too late. I'm 41 years old, and I thought to myself, it's too late. What am I going to be doing in college? But I'm never going to regret the decision I made.
That's amazing. That's great to hear. And what about you, Desiree? How does having your mom help you?
She's so supportive of everything I do. If I'm kind of slacking, she makes sure to motivate me and make sure that I get back on track, which comes in handy.
Absolutely. And, I know that this is just your first semester, and it's really great to hear that you're doing so well in your classes. But do you know maybe your thoughts about what your future aspirations are as far as a career or maybe further education?
I want to be a kindergarten teacher, so I'm going to push as hard as I can to reach my goal. It's always been a dream of mine to work with little kids. I love little kids, so yeah, I want to be a kindergarten teacher, and I'm going to work as hard as I can too.
And we definitely need more teachers, more good teachers, and it's really great to hear that you're working toward that goal. And what about you?
I want to either be a psychiatrist or a therapist. I've had a lot of struggles with my own mental illnesses, and I want to reach out to people who feel alone and show that, it's never too late to get help.
I really like how, even though you started this journey together, you're continuing the journey together, you're also able to kind of customize your own education and go after what you're particularly interested in, doing it all at Northern, doing it all at the same place. And clearly you've come a long way in a short amount of time, and now you're at the beginning of the next part of your educational journey. There could be someone out there who is listening who maybe doesn't have their high school diploma, or maybe isn't sure about whether they can make it in college. What advice would you give people listening who are in that situation?
I would tell them to go for it. It's never too late, like I said, to get your education. Never. There's a lot of people out there that want to go back to school but feel like they're too old to go back, but you're never too old to go back to school. And just go for it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's kind of hard to first get in there and get the hang of things, but once you do it, it's worth it. It's an awesome experience.
And Northern, what has Northern specifically been like for you? Like,
it's amazing. All the staff, everybody is so supportive and they're so nice. And the programs that they offer are really good too.
well, is there anyone that you would like to thank, maybe give a shout out to for guests? I usually suggest Mom, but Mom is right here. So is there anyone else out there you'd like to say hi or thank?
Probably everybody in the HEP program. Shari, Patrick, Nicole, Jen. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. You know, they pushed us and owe it to them.
Excellent. And what about you, Nancy?
Same HEP program. Shari, Nicole, Jen, Patrick, Miss K, they were all awesome, and we still go see them every day. Even though we're not in the program, we still stop by their office and we say hi. And I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad, Kino and Lina Archuleta from Merenales, and for them being so, I'm sorry, I'm going to cry.
No, I feel you.
They've been such a good support system, and it's just awesome. It's just an awesome feeling.
I think that's a really great benefit, too, of having these adult education programs on our campus is that you show up to the classes, you're going to the classes there, working with the staff there, but then you're also in the environment of college and seeing college students and seeing college professors. And, you know, that kind of gets you thinking about maybe what's next. And it's really just great to see how that moment of going to sign Desiree up for classes, you know, you just thought, you know what, why don't I jump in on this myself? And so if anybody's out there listening, you know, you can definitely do it. And you two are so inspiring. And I just wanted to thank you so much for joining me, Nancy Archuleta and Desiree Sanchez, a strong mother-daughter duo inspiring others. And I wish you the best of luck as you continue your studies and look forward to seeing you walking across the stage together to get that diploma when the time comes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Northern's dual credit program allows high school students to get a jump start on college by exploring their interests and earning credits for both high school and college. We have featured a number of dual credit students on the show, including students from the Upward Bound program, which we featured on our last show. But today, I'm pleased to introduce an important staff member at Northern. Joining me this morning is dual credit coordinator Deanne Brown. Good morning, Deanne.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I was so inspired by hearing that.
I know, isn't it?
Well, just in my short time being here, I've noticed when I meet with dual credit students who are in high school, and a lot of times a parent accompanies them for advising, and so many times we'll be advising, and next thing I know, the parent is asking, well, maybe I should get involved, and the student is also encouraging the parent to get involved. So that's really been exciting.
I know in New Mexico we do so many things as a family, and I think it's great to see that education is another family activity that, you know, people can do together and bond over. But Deanne, even though you're somewhat new to Northern, I know you've hit the ground running in your work with dual credit. For our listeners, can you tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and what you do at Northern?
Sure. My background has always been a combination with the arts and education. So I started off, I was one of those undecided kids where I loved art, and so I've always made art and decided I needed to go to art school. But midway through in a philosophy class, I realized I really love working with people and education. So I went on to do my master's in education, but have always done art outreach and teaching through the arts.
Oftentimes, I think that happens in college. You know, we start out with one intention and then we do some exploration through either electives or our core classes. We figure out there's actually maybe something else we're a little bit more called to or suited for. But in case some of our listeners don't know, what is dual credit?
Dual credit is a program where high school students can actually enroll in college courses, and they'll earn both college credit and high school credit.
And what are the benefits of the program?
Oh, I think there's lots of benefits. One, I mean, the obvious is this is a completely free program. So students who enrolled are not charged tuition. Their books are covered by the high schools. And this year, the fees have also been wiped out. So it's an opportunity. If you don't have money but you want to try out college, you can get started. And I also think that a lot of times there's certain classes that maybe aren't offered in a high school. drone technology, for instance. And so it offers students a chance to get outside of what might be offered in high school and really try out and start exploring what they might be interested in.
And I know this has been something that New Mexico has been doing for a while. It's a graduation requirement, but it's also a really great opportunity for a student to actually set foot on a college campus, take courses with college faculty, get a taste of maybe what they're interested in. So as a high school student, who is eligible?
Students are eligible. They have to be holding their ground at the high school and taking care of business. They have to have graduated the 8th grade. And for certain classes, we have a lot of classes where there's no prerequisites that we can get them right in. If say I want to take a college calculus class, like my expertise is not in math, so I would take a placement exam to kind of see where to start me off. So we wouldn't throw me right into college calculus. We would put me more around intermediate algebra, I think, to start.
So what kinds of courses are offered? You mentioned that some don't have prerequisites. I know there's your math, there's your English, but there's also other kinds of courses.
There's a broad range because it's kind of, we have agreements with the high schools of what they will accept, but pretty much it needs to be a 3-credit course, which equals about 1 credit, I believe, in the high schools. Some of my most popular courses for dual credit, students are very interested in the arts, hands-on stuff. I also notice when students are really deciding kind of what do I want to do, they'll take Intro to Health Professions is a course to start exploring. Intro to Engineering has been super popular. Mostly they have an amazing teacher and it's super hands-on. A lot of students want to start taking their core curriculum, so to get the college composition, their basic math. Intro to Art is an awesome one because it fulfills the art requirement. But basically, they can take pretty much any course if they meet the prereqs. So it ranges from engineering to arts to health professions. A lot of computer courses and business are really popular.
So you can really get a taste of, what you think you might be interested in and figure out whether or not that's for you. And I think the fact that there are some hands-on courses like arts, we have some great painting, drawing, pottery classes there, of course, the intro to engineering. And then you can actually earn not only high school credit, but college credit. And I do know we've had a few students over the years who have been able to graduate high school with their associate's degree also from Northern. We have a couple of students that are doing that this year, Aspen and Jimena, who are in the Upward Bound program that we featured last time. And so it's really great when we can see students achieving that.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. And that's a great path for some students. Others, it's huge for them just to get on a college campus. I've worked with so many students through the years who maybe high school is not a stellar experience for them, and they're a little turned off because they think everything's like high school. And so even to just get them enrolled and on campus for one course can be just transformative. And I know a lot of students, maybe no one in the family's gone to college. It seems like something only for the super smart or only for people with money. And so it's a great way to debunk that myth and get someone on a college campus and in a course, and then they're successful and it's like, oh my gosh, college is for me, I can do it, when maybe they didn't think it was possible before that.
I think that's the big takeaway, from all of this is that, college can be for you and is for you. And I think it would have made a big difference for me if I had had the opportunity to take a college class while I was in high school to see that there was kind of a world beyond high school because, college is so different, in a good way, I think, from high school. And then speaking of being on a college campus, I know there are resources available to the dual credit students. So what are some of the resources that we provide our students?
Okay. Our dual credit students have all the same resources as our regular college students. So I always tell them, when you get on campus, you're just one of our family. You're a college student. No one knows you're in high school unless you act like it. They have, and that's something I think is so important to get our high school students really embedded in the campus community so they feel welcome. I've really tried to promote them coming to events that we have. I'll take them around. Part of advising is me actually just walking them around and introducing them to people, because we can say, oh, there's a writing center, there's tutoring available. But when I take them around, I find that, oh, they meet these people and realize this is not a scary place. The people in the writing center are there, they're just people like me who are there to support me. There's also the mental health counseling, accessibility services. The thing that gets most students really excited is, oh, I can go to the gym and the basketball games. That's
and
a
I
big pull.
do see them there, and it's great to see them embracing, the campus life. I do see them around lunchtime just hanging out in the cafe, going to the games, studying at the library, and you really can't tell the difference, at least I can't most of the time, between, the high school and the college students, because it really is kind of that fluid. And I think it's also great that we have some partnerships like our Upward Bound program with Espanola Valley High School. We have the partnership with Peñasco High School, where they bus their students down several days a week to do dual credit classes. So what have you noticed from those programs, the impact?
I think it's been amazing when the high schools actually bring the students on campus and they're there for a period of time. So it's not just, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to slide in, take my class, and disappear. We also this semester started a new partnership with Tierra Encantada Charter High School in Santa Fe. And the kids do not have school on Friday, but there's a cohort of them, I think it's about 14 right now, who they will be at the high school at 6:45 in the morning on Friday, their day off. And they bus up, and they've got pretty much 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They are taking courses, and the outcome, it's part of the business program, so they are actually going to be finishing up in one semester Microsoft Office certificate program. And so that's been exciting, and I know there's a lot of interest. When El Rito reopens, there's a lot of our outlining schools that are willing to bus their students in to take those courses.
Absolutely. And one of the things that our mill levy did was to create that branch community college district with our 5 partnering school districts: Pojoaque, Espanola Valley, Chama, Jemez Mountain, and of course, Espanola here. And so we definitely are going to be taking advantage of providing opportunities to those 1,400 high school students. Part of that was transportation to be in place to provide students transportation to come to the college campus to take classes, including in the trades, electrical, plumbing, and pipe fitting, once those become available. But I didn't know about the partnership with Tierra Encantada, so that's really exciting to hear about.
Yeah.
And so how does a student enroll in a dual credit course if they're interested?
Okay. I partner a lot with the high schools, and I'm trying, once we got through registration, I've got a little more open time, and I've been spending a lot of time in the high schools, and we're setting up where I will be there on a regular basis. So the actual process, the first thing a student needs to do is fill out a dual credit application. And I know some students hear college application and they envision that it's going to be 3 pages and essays and all of that jazz. Ours is 1 page, free. You pretty much just need to know your name and address and sign it. So step 1 is to apply, and students can do that online, or they can contact me directly to help with that, and all of the high school counselors know the process as well. And then the second part would be, I love meeting with them individually to really discuss kind of what their goals are. What are they interested in? We do career exploration, and then really look at classes that they might be interested in. Because a first-time college student, just being handed the catalog with a listing of college courses, I may have no idea what that actually is. So we spend time advising, and then we actually do a registration form. And this is the part where we choose the course, and or courses, and then the high school guidance counselor has to sign off, the student signs off, and the parent signs off.
Okay, so
And after that, if there's a prerequisite, students might be required to take the Accuplacer test, which that can be a hurdle sometimes because testing is difficult and we're always testing in different ways. So I've been doing a lot of prep sessions in the high schools just so we know test-taking strategies, what to expect, how to get those nerves down before a test. But Accuplacer testing, students can come here on campus, or I do a lot of testing right in the high schools. And then I go through advising with making sure, just like the resources we talked about, connecting students, where's your class? And it was funny this semester because I was just learning my way around campus, so we'd end up doing loops looking for classrooms.
Together.
But we do an orientation and make sure students know how to log on if it's an online course, know where to go if they have help. They have a connection, so if something goes wrong, don't just disappear and get scared. Come see me so we can, work it out together.
So not only is this opportunity available, but you're a resource as well to really guide students through every step of the process, even going out to the high schools. And so students should definitely, keep an eye out for you when you come out and set up your Northern table out there. And how can someone get in touch with you if they're interested in learning more?
They can come see me at the high schools. It'll be announced when I'm there. They can come to the college. My office is a little hidden, but if they come in and ask anyone, somebody will walk them to me. My phone number is 505-747-5454. And they can also contact me via email, which is my full name, deanne.brown@nnmc.edu.
And can you just spell Deanne, just because
Yes,
I think there are a few different
sure.
ways you can spell that.
I'm not going to do the whole add a word to every letter because I will
phonetic
get
alphabet.
But it is DEANNE.BROWN@nnmc.edu.
Great. And that's also, you're also on our website. So many ways to get in touch with you at the high schools, reach out to you on campus, phone, email. Thank you for joining me this morning. Deanne Brown, Dual Credit Coordinator at Northern. If you know a high school student who might be interested in taking dual credit classes at Northern, encourage them to talk to their counselor or come see Miss Brown the next time she visits the schools. Well, last but definitely not least, I'm excited to introduce our listeners to some amazing student representatives who help make student life activities at Northern possible. These are our student life ambassadors, a few of them at least, and every year Northern reviews applications and selects students to represent the college and help engage students in campus life. Joining me today are some of those ambassadors. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For our listeners, can you please each introduce yourselves, tell us what you are studying and where you're from?
Good morning, Española. My name is David Chalupka. It's my second year at Northern, so I'm a sophomore. And it's my first year as a student ambassador. I'm actually from Europe, the Czech Republic, small country next to Germany, and I play basketball and golf here at Northern.
Excellent.
I'm Misty Swazo. I'm a junior, and my degree is integrated studies with an emphasis on criminal justice and psychology, and I live in Abiquiu.
Good morning. My name is Aaron Lopez, and I graduated in May with my film digital media degree. Came back for humanities and social sciences with the emphasis of anthropology and film.
Excellent.
And I'm from Española.
So there are 5 of you guys. 3 of you are here today, but I know we also want to give a shout out to Michelle Harvier and Bruno Geddes, who are not here because they're busy doing so many of the things that you all do, school, tutoring sessions, things of that nature. But what is the process to become a student ambassador at Northern?
Well, you got to apply. And you have to have a certain GPA I believe it's a 3.0.
3.0.
And after that, after you apply, you actually have to get selected by Student Senate.
Okay, and what are some of the things that you have to indicate on the application?
I know they ask you a couple of questions. What do you think it means to be a student ambassador? And also why you want to be a student ambassador?
Okay, so process.
Yeah, they usually ask us about our inner motivation, what motivates us to become a student ambassador, and how is it important for us to become some sort of breaking barrier between the faculty and the students and help them.
And you all definitely play an important role of representing the student body, not only helping students get engaged, but as you said, helping them connect with staff, helping them connect with faculty and administration better. What are some of the duties and roles that you play on campus as ambassadors?
Well, we help organize student life activities. So we'll give pancake breakfast. We'll do burgers. We help give snacks for midterms and finals.
Those are really fun events, to have the cookouts, and oftentimes you guys are actually the ones behind the grill or actually helping to do the work, and you also get to decide what events Northern is going to host to be able to serve students. And so what are some of the other things that you enjoy doing as student ambassadors?
It was fun when we gave the campus tours to the new students. I thought that was pretty fun, as well as representing Northern at games and events and programs.
Oh, for orientation. Okay, that's definitely an important job to do. And what about you, David? What have you enjoyed?
I have to agree. The new student orientation every semester is a wonderful event that I enjoy, because you can see that those new students, they are kind of afraid of college and they don't know what's gonna be the college experience like. So we are there to kind of help them, guide them, and tell them it's gonna be okay. We were in the same situation a couple semesters back, and we are there especially for them.
Absolutely, and I think that's so important to have, that comfort level with other students. As staff can definitely, try our best to relate, but it's definitely you guys as students that really help to break down that anxiety for our new students. But you did mention some of the activities that you all host, but what are some of the other activities that have happened this semester or that are planned maybe for the rest of the year?
We did do the giving tree for kids who needed it, and we had, I think, 50 kids who got presents.
Yeah, I think 62, actually. It started out 50, and then we had 11 more come out.
Yes, that's right. So that was one of the best things about it. I really enjoyed that.
Excellent.
I think the biggest event that's coming up is probably Culture Day. That's going to be in April, I believe 23rd, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And it's going to be a day where we're going to celebrate all the different cultures that we have here on campus and in our Northern community, which includes people from all over the world. So it's going to be pretty interesting. And I believe that it is for the whole community, not just for college students, but also for the families. And at the same time, I think our pancake dinner will be another great event where you can just come and get to know some students, some faculty staff from Northern, and enjoy some pancakes.
Yeah, that's going to be on March 24th, actually in the afternoon and right after spring break. So that Culture Day activity too is really awesome, because students, staff, faculty from their various cultures, both locally, nationally, internationally, actually make their own dishes from their culture. And David, I don't know if you're planning on making anything from Czech Republic to share.
I will do something special for you guys.
Yeah, we'll have to wait to see what that surprise is. But I think that's just a really great part of the Northern community is the diversity and then coming together to celebrate that. And of course, the service to community, the giving tree. I know you all hosted a Halloween carnival last semester where you did like some activities for kids and families, you know, working concessions at the games, and you're all over the place. Anytime there's a Northern event, I know you guys are going to be there. But as you mentioned in the application, you did have to indicate what a student ambassador means to you. But now that you've been doing it for a while, what does being a student ambassador mean to you?
Well, you know, it's about really being there for the students and kind of really directing them, helping them. Coming from the background I come from, and when I got into the film department, there was professors like David Lindblom and Mateo Frazier that kind of really helped me be there so much that I wanted to do the same thing and kind of like help them, guide them and with their work. So that kind of actually pushed me to do that, is to represent the film department.
What about you, Misty?
Just what Aaron said, just being there for the students, being open. If someone has questions, just be willing to answer. I know a lot of like seniors and stuff usually look for people to like answer questions when they're trying to do their last projects, and I've always tried to answer as many questions as I can for them, even if I don't know exactly what their topic is. That's pretty much it for me.
I believe that we as student ambassadors, we are supposed to be role models for the students. And in my opinion, it's kind of privilege in terms of it's not given that you're going to be a student ambassador. You have to prove that you are a good student, a good person who's interested in Northern activities and student life in general. And I feel like one of the best things about being a student ambassador is that when I remember my first days of college education, I was super afraid of everything and I was nervous and I didn't know if I'm gonna be able to get through the first semester. And when I realized I'm good at it if I work hard, I always wanted to help students that were in a similar position that I was once. So student ambassador is the best way to kind of help them and be a role model for those people. So that's why I enjoy it.
Very well said, all of you. And I think you're right. It is about being a role model, being a guide, being, you know, someone to hold your hand when you're maybe scared of finals, midterms coming up, you know, or whatever it is. And then just, you know, make things fun on campus, make things lively. And you all definitely do that. So I know that next year we'll be selecting a new group of student ambassadors. What would you say to anyone out there that might be considering being a student ambassador?
Apply.
We need you.
It's one of the funnest ways to find out what Northern really has to offer for the students.
Yeah, it's a huge honor just representing Northern New Mexico College.
Also, you will be able to get to know the faculty stuff and actually see under the curtain of the faculty and the things that are going on at Northern. So it's kind of cool. You have an opportunity to become something between the students and the faculty staff / teachers. So it's a pretty cool experience.
And you all actually, you know, get to have your voices heard by sitting in on, you know, student life meetings, voting on, you know, how student activities are going to be done, you know, what activities we're going to host, how we're going to host them. And so that's definitely a really important job. And I know this isn't the only job you have. You know, a lot of you work or you're athletes or you're tutors or you're in other student organizations. And so the fact that you're able to balance all of that is very impressive, and I commend you for that.
big shout out to Rich. He really helps all of
Absolutely.
us, and he really kind of encourages us to. He encouraged me to apply as ambassador. So I think this is his last semester. So.
Richard Cedillo, our de facto student life coordinator, I think he also does so much in the gym. I mean, he wears so many hats on campus, but of course, coordinating with all of you guys, and definitely an awesome, powerful, influential, inspiring individual on Northern's campus. So shout out. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me, for taking the time out of your busy schedules this morning, Northern Student Ambassadors. If you're out there listening and you're on campus, go ahead and stop and say hi to these guys next time you see them around campus. Aaron Lopez, Misty Suazo, and David Chalupka. And also we have Michelle Harvier and Bruno Guedes, who are not with us today, but are definitely available as student ambassadors. So thank you. Well, it's that time. We have a prize to give away. This is a Northern Eagles drink cozy, and we'll also go ahead and throw in a Northern Eagles lanyard. The cozy keeps your drinks hot or cold and features a nice Pueblo design pattern. The number to call is 753-8131. Just tell us the name of one of the student ambassadors we introduced on today's show. First name is fine. And again, the number is 753-8131. We'll wait for the phone lines to light up, but in the meantime, a few announcements of upcoming events. It looks like we have a caller. Can you turn down your radio, please? Hello?
Hello? Is his name David?
Yes, David is one of the students. Absolutely.
Good morning.
Shout out from David. Okay, and who's on the phone with us?
Jessica?
Hello, Jessica.
Can you turn down your radio, Jessica? We've got a bit of an echo.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so you are our winner. There will be a prize with your name on it at Northern's Bookstore, open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. I know.
Back to upcoming news and events. The Black and African American Student Organization and the Office of Equity and Diversity will host a Black History Month celebration this Friday, February 28th, from 1 to 3 p.m. in the new NNMC Event Center. That's AD 100 downstairs in the Montoya Admin Building. We are gathering to celebrate and cultivate an appreciation for Black history through music, poetry, and art. Bring your own poetry or music to perform, or you can take the open mic to read excerpts from your favorite Black writers. We will provide main dishes, but guests are asked to bring their favorite sides and desserts to share. Another 6 weeks of adult education classes will begin this coming Monday, March 2nd. Get your high school equivalency diploma. For more information and to register, call Sandy Sanchez at 505-747-5039. Midterms are in a couple of weeks already, and Northern's Peer Tutoring Center at the Madrid Center will be hosting study sessions for a variety of subjects next week. Wednesday, March 4th will be Intro to Engineering from 2:30 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 6 p.m. Thursday, March 5th, Spanish from noon to 4 p.m. Friday, March 6th, Chemistry and Math from noon to 1 p.m. and 2 to 4 p.m. And then the following Monday, March 9th, business classes will have a study session from noon to 4. And on Tuesday, March 10th, Human Anatomy and Physiology study session from 4:30 to 6 p.m. at the Madrid Tutoring Center. More information about that will be posted on our social media and our website. This Friday, February 28th, is the last day to submit your work to Northern's literary journal Trickster on the theme of borders. Prose submissions should not exceed 5,000 words, and poetry submissions should be limited to 3 to 5 poems. Multiple submissions should be attached as one document, and documents should be submitted as either doc or RTF files. Simultaneous submissions are accepted, but please inform the committee if work is accepted elsewhere. The editors read all submissions anonymously, but contributors will be recognized if selected selected and receive a free copy of the journal. Contributors should also include a 50-word bio. Please send submissions to trickster@nnmc prior to this Friday, February 28th. Northern is also hosting an essay contest for local high school and college students on the theme of borders as well. Prizes include publication in Trickster Literary Journal and gift certificates to Collected Works Bookstore and Coffee House in Santa Fe. Submissions should be no more than 5 pages and emailed to Lori G, that's Lori, the letter G, at nnmc.edu by this Friday, February 28th. For more details, visit nnmc.edu and look under News. Facebook Career Connections is seeking college students and local businesses in northern New Mexico to participate in summer fellowships in digital marketing, social media management, and communication. The application deadline is February 28th. For more information, visit careerconnections.fb.com or check our Facebook page. The Department of Biology and Environmental Science will host a talk this Friday, February 28th on T-cell motion in the lung in GE 105 from 12:30 to 1:45 p.m., featuring Dr. Judy Cannon from UNM's Department of Pathology. And finally, Northern's new Environmental Club will host its first meeting next Wednesday, March 4th at 2 p.m. in GE 104. The club is dedicated to educating and helping students and the community understand the environment, climate change, and help create a greener northern New Mexico. For more information, contact Teresa Beatty at teresa.beatty, Beaty, at nnmc.edu. That's our show for today, but we'll be back on Wednesday, March 11th with more from your Northern New Mexico College. In the meantime, you can find more news and events from us on Facebook at facebook.com/Northern New Mexico College. Follow us on Instagram and on Twitter and Snapchat at Northern NNMC. Also visit our website at nnmc.edu or call 747-2111. Thanks for listening, and we wish you all a happy and safe couple of weeks. Gracias.